Overland travel for Dungeons & Dragons is garbage. It's garbage for players and it's not fun for a dungeon master to prep. So for the past 2 years, I've been making this tool for lazy dungeon masters like me to make Overland travel unique and engaging without actually having to prep. Honestly, the easiest way for me to explain how it works is to show you how it works, and that's what I'm gonna do. And if you like it, I'll show you at the end of the video how you can get your hands on one. All right, so let's say our players need to travel to Neverwinter. I tell them that the trip is gonna take about 4 days, and I just make up this number, but if you have a detailed map of your area, that can work too. So let's shuffle the deck and see what happens. Off. Okay, so this is a genuine run of the deck. I haven't seen the cards that are come up. We're gonna have 6 days worth of food, and we're gonna draw a card for each day, so let's see how it goes. Okay, on the first day, we get to camp out under the northern lights. The night sky leaves those who look to ponder their place in this world. One of my players might be able to role play with other players at this point, but we have a very nice night at camping. But that is 1 day's worth of food. There we go. So on the second day, we are exposed. You feel exposed in the path you are taking. If either of the next 2 cards you draw are an ambush, it counts as 2 ambushes instead of 1. And like I said, I'll get to ambush in a bit. As we're traveling along, we have to travel through this canyon. In the canyon, we see a lot of big boulders, trees, rocks. So honestly, if there was to be a danger here, it would be pretty hard to see until we were caught right up into it. That's another day's worth of food. All right, on the third day of our journey, perfect weather. If you've revealed more red cards on your journey, take 1 day off of your journey total. And indeed, we've revealed 2 red suits. The good weather, and also because of the trip that we went through the canyon, it turns out we're able to make good time. Let's see what that 4th card would have been if we had to drawn it. We would have drawn Sickness, and Sickness is a terrible card to draw, so it's a good thing we had perfect weather to cut our journey short by a day. But that is an example of how the traveling deck works. First off, it's a 52 deck of cards, just your normal poker deck of cards. That means it has 4 suits, and each suit has kind of a theme with it. So let's see if I can find them here. So, hearts. Heart suits are always good events. Diamonds are landmarks, not really good or bad, but they just add flavor and texture to the world. Clubs. Clubs are good or bad cards. They're chance cards. Something good can happen, but something bad can happen. Spades are always bad cards, and included in the spades are the ambush cards. We saw how we track food. Every card is 1 less ration, so before the journey starts, the players have to choose how much rations they're willing to buy. Now, let's say they run out, because there's cards that can extend our journey. They can still arrive to town, but maybe they are suffering points of exhaustion. Or maybe it's going to add a few more days to their journey, and the villain has more time to further their goal. So let's talk about danger. Ambush card. Anytime we draw an ambush card, we add 1 to the ambush count. What does that do? Honestly, it's up to the dungeon master. They can prep a single engaging encounter. It's nice that you only have to prep 1 encounter instead of a whole list of random encounters. But it doesn't have to be a fight. Maybe they actually meet a devil at the crossroads who demands a payment. Or maybe a cunning thief steals a powerful artifact. Honestly, the DM gets to decide the consequences. And if you draw multiple ambushes, the consequences should be more severe. Or at least the dungeon master should say they're more severe. Now, how to prep before the game. Honestly, it takes very little prep. You guys just saw me, I had to shuffle the deck, and we were good to go. But if you want to modify the difficulty of the deck, maybe you have a ranger, or maybe someone who has really good survival skills, you can take cards out of the deck. You can also give your ranger a card that they can play anytime to replace a drawn card. Since it's just a deck of cards, you can honestly use it any way you think. You can lay out your cards in a grid like this. In each row, there's a bad card, but there's 2 good cards. So the players actually choose what cards they have for the adventure. And there you go. Overland travel made easy. So much texture to your world with almost 0 work to it. If you think these cards are interesting, I sell a physical copy on my Etsy store for you to purchase. Also, leave a comment below. I'm really seriously thinking about offering a printable version of the deck.